So short and simple, but serious message today, and that has to do with just being supportive of one another and one another's work in progress. And this is for a number of reasons. I mean, not the least of which sometimes somebody kind of flames out or quits or gives up. Despite the fact they're really making some steady progress, just because they never get any response from the world, friends or strangers alike. And that can really go a long way. Even one simple statement, well-timed, can really make a difference for somebody in their whole life path. And the trick about that well-timed part is it's impossible to know. Because everybody in the world's fighting their own little battles. Doesn't matter if they're rich or poor, doesn't matter if they seem like they've got a head start, or it doesn't seem like if they're starting late. Whatever it might seem like, everybody's fighting their battles. And it's impossible to tell from the outside what they're going through or when's the right timing. So, and I mean this, err in favor of often. Err in favor of assuming maybe they need to hear this now, or maybe it doesn't hurt, to give them a little support. A little push on their way. Encouragement that someone's paying attention can sometimes just go a long way in keeping us in it. Another part is that there's people who, frankly, they continuously are putting out great stuff. They're doing what they got to do to put in the practice, put in the time, getting better, making progress, putting good things out there. But they kind of feel like they're doing it on an island. They feel like they're doing it in isolation. They never actually hear from anybody that it's being well received, that it's being appreciated, that it's being noticed. And again, that means that even if they stay in it, they wake up every morning not feeling good about it. And that's a shame, right? I mean, it's not the way it ought to be. Now, one reason why we sometimes, I find, have trouble giving people supportive feedback or encouragement is actually not about them or their work. It starts with being about us. It begins by this sort of inner doubt of, well, who am I to say? Who am I to judge? I'm not an official judge of X, Y, or Z. What position or authority have I to say anything positive about somebody else's work? And the important thing is you're another person, and that's enough. It has nothing to do with awards, certification, sales, whatever. You're another person. And to a great deal of people, that's a huge difference between a feedback from just any other outside perspective than their own head and somebody else. And I'll tell you, and I know plenty of these people who they've had a good selling thing or awards or officially been judges of seemingly important awards and whatever. There's no difference at all between those people and anybody else, save in some cases some practice that got them there, some luck that probably played a role in addition to the practice and the hard work that paid off. But that they're not somehow, some sort of gift from heaven that knows things everybody else doesn't. There are other people who look at something and say like, there's things to like about this. And, caveat, asterisk, obviously, if somebody's just getting started and they think they want to, take a jump straight in the deep end and they're like, okay, I'm quitting my day job, burning through 5 digits of savings to pay people for my first project to be a big commercial project, going to make millions of dollars, then it's okay, I think, to reasonably try to help talk them into maybe a more prudent way to build up to that level. Increasingly, those stories don't end well, and that catches up to people. So this is not about saying you should just, quit your day job. Got a whole other video about don't do that until you've made sure the new bucket holds water, so to speak. But it really is for when someone's just working on it, putting in the time, putting in the practice, putting in the output, seeking feedback especially, right? Go out of your way to just check it out. Tell them you're seeing the progress they make. Try to find some of the good to point out, to highlight as positives. And if you do need to point out some things to criticize, right? And then that's fair, and that might be helpful to them too. One easy tip for this is this classic thing called like a bad news sandwich, right? Where you start off with something positive, then you have a layer of, maybe this part could be rethought, and then you end it on something good again, right? Good, criticism, bad. And it just helps that even if it's things that maybe seem kind of obvious that they did well, like they're literally an artist and their art is good, or whatever it might be, calling attention to that helps it see that you're not just attacking, you're not just trying to make them feel bad, you're not just feeling jealous. That's, of course, the second reason why someone might not say something is not only might they think, who am I to judge? They might actually have such a high opinion of themselves that they think that they're competing against this other person. That can be a hard reason to give feedback. You're really not at our scale, right? Whether it's hobbyist practice level, whether it's indie level, whatever, these are not massive expenses. In many cases, our games are free that we release, or they're very low cost or whatnot. And at that scale, there's this old thing, I might have brought this before in a video, but John Carmack was asked long ago, when Doom 3 was in production, Half-Life 2 was about to come out, and a magazine interviewer said, hey, John Carmack, industry legend, are you worried about Half-Life 2? and how it's going to be received? Are you worried it's going to be better than Doom 3 or whatever? And he said, look, he hopes it's great. He hopes it's amazing, because when people play an amazing game, they want to play more games. And when people play a crummy game, they stop playing games a while. And certainly, and that's even at like the $60 full shelf retail, might have even been $85 back then. But that's at like full shelf retail price. When we're talking like $5, $10, $1, free games, etc., people will try a bunch of them. And the more people try that they enjoy, the more they want to play all of our stuff and check out more of them and have more and enjoy more and experience more. And the more they play things that aren't so good because maybe people kind of got, out of energy, uninspired, kind of feel like they're dragging their feet through it, etc. That doesn't help anybody, right? People who play those games kind of maybe take a break for a while. So you really want to help elevate everyone's work to become as good as it can become, to help everyone's skills become as honed as those can become, to help everyone make progress at whatever pace they're comfortable and able within their life's constraints and things. But it really begins by just acknowledging, and the easiest way to start this sort of thing, right, is those favorites and those likes and those upvote buttons. And as simple as that sounds, it costs nothing. You can give away 1,000 in a day. You can give away 5 in a day. And it can really make a difference to somebody who's starting out. So if you see somebody out there who, like, they're posting their work, posting their art, posting their screenshots of their games, whatever, and they're new to it, especially, but really any experience level. Again, everybody's got their own battles. And it's not going to stress you out to do it. Give them a like, give them a favorite, give them an upvote, whatever it is. And that can sound silly. Those things make a difference to people. Just seeing that they're being noticed, that they're being acknowledged, that their work exists, that they start to feel like they're part of a community, really does make a difference. So thanks for considering this. I look forward to playing your games in the future, as well as, of course, being supportive, giving those likes, retweets, and things, and all that. So that's it for now. Chris Deliano for Gamketo. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.